Shalom, Sister Kate here, having a few moments peace on the porch after a busy day. You saw me earlier, I was doing stuff with the goats out in the woods, and then I went inside and swept my floors, mopped my floors, folded my clothes. I'm getting ready for our guests, and trumpets is coming up, so it'll be a busy weekend. We want to be ready for that. But I wanted to do this video because we had a sister leaving from North Carolina coming back to the mountain, and she broke down. She broke down about 4 or 5 hours from the nearest Hebrews who are at Straitway. And she contacted them, and they immediately dispatched 2 brothers and a truck because she was also hauling a U-Haul with 2 goats and 2 chickens and household goods in it. And these brothers drove 4 hours to get to her. Helped her. She had gotten her truck towed, and the tow truck driver had taken her to a gas station. But the brothers picked up the U-Haul, picked up her and her daughter, got to her about 10 o'clock at night, drove back to their community, and got there at about 4 in the morning with this exhausted sister who's also pregnant, and her 2-year-old and her belongings. Then they let her stay on their community for a day or 2 while her vehicle was repaired. Then today they drove all the way back, the 2 brothers, picked up the vehicle, brought it all the way back to their community, are going to help her attach it back to her U-Haul, make sure she gets everything loaded back into it, and are going to send her on her way to us tomorrow. She will spend the night on her second leg of her journey at the house of some Hebrews that she just recently met at Gott's, and they are going to let her Shabbat with them, and then they're going to send her on the last leg of her journey back to Shofar. She should get here first day. I just want you to think about that for a second. If you broke down several states away from your destination and were 4 or 5 hours from the nearest people that you knew, would they drop everything and drive out to get you and drive you back and help you with all the different things you needed help with? Because this is how Hebrews should treat each other. Even if these Hebrews were people who had only met once, and maybe you don't agree with how they do their tzitzit, or you don't agree with how they do their Shabbat service, you should consider them brethren. At least I would. I would consider them brethren, and I would try to do my utmost to help them. And I'm hoping that all Hebrews feel that way, even if these are not people that you're Shabbating with. Maybe you don't like the worship music they do. You have a thing in common, and it's a very important thing, and it is the Father. It is your belief. And because of that, we need to be a family to each other. And so hopefully, I want to think I would help Hebrews who called upon me for help, and I'm hoping that you will give this some thought. Would you also be willing to help Hebrews who came to you and needed help? And then we need to broaden that just a little bit farther, because the word does not say we only help Hebrews. We only help our brethren. It says you help strangers and sojourners too. So just a little thought. Hope that plants a seed, gives you some things to think about. And bless you. Hope you have a wonderful weekend and upcoming trumpets. Shalom!